The origin of speed jumping can initially be found in an open-world sandbox console VR game that integrated the codebase of the actual software that drove the jump engines as well as real-time updates from the central space mapping hub. For all intents and purposes, anyone could virtually jump anywhere in space, with the game engine filling in the blanks, to create an immersive VR experience. The big problem was, it was initially all so slow. The jump code had huge amounts of safety protocols, and did an immense amount of calculations for every jump to ensure that all factors such as the ship's size and weight was taken into account. In short, it worked, but wasn't optimized. So game coders did what game coders do, and set about hacking and optimizing the code. In-game ships and their loadouts were known entities, so these could just be a table lookup, no need to do calculations, and once loaded into memory, no need to recalculate per jump. Safety protocols were stripped away to a bare minimum. These, and a myriad of other tweaks over many sprint cycles, resulted in lightning-fast gameplay based on real-world physics. The single most important improvement in gameplay came with the addition of JOS, Jump on Sight, or Visual Range Jumping. Basically, this works by the pilot looking at a point in space. Target locks on that point and the ship will jump there. This is possible due to the relatively short ranges and the ship's targeting eyes being further apart than human eyes, that even a point in space without a reference point could be easily discerned. This provided a whole new level of racing and tactical combat games, where there was no need to plot coordinates and plan. It could all be done nearly instinctually. It was, bizarrely to those not from Earth but unsurprising to the natives, a company whose primary product was energy drinks, who were the first to port the highly modified game jump code into physical ships with human pilots, although it should be noted that squid pilots outperform humans in pretty much every race category. While some tweaking was required for real-world application of the modified code, which also found its way into improved game code, in a very short time, there was mass televised jump races taking place, with pilots whizzing around huge courses made of painted asteroids and derelict ships, where the pilots would emerge from a jump with only inches to spare as they slam on the thrusters and whip around an obstacle at bone-liquefying speeds. The odd racer would misplace their jump with catastrophic results to the ship and pilot, but meteoric results to the viewing ratings. As speed jumping became more commonplace and mainstream, the sport of jump shooting became more popular. Targets would be set up in such a way that there would be a varying degree of alignment to hit the scoring sections of a target. For example, you would have a target painted on one meteorite and a second meteor would be placed in front of it with a hole through it. You'd have to jump and maneuver your ship in such a way that you lined up so you could shoot the target through the hole using only JOS. A competitor wouldn't be able to pre-plan any of the jumps or know the course layout ahead of time. This sport is popular both virtually and physically. Alongside jump shooting, jump tag and jumpsoft grew in popularity. These were games based off the team games of laser tag and airsoft, where teams performed mock military battles, with the main difference being you actually fired physical but non-lethal weapons in jumpsoft and fire low-power lasers to score hits in jump tag. These games required considering amounts of new code to be added to the jump engine to prevent collisions. All players would register on a game network, where all the players' jump engines would communicate in real time, only with the help of others in the game. This optimization of small group jump coordination massively helped reduce potential fatalities due to jump-related collisions. So, through gaming and high adrenaline sports, a huge amount of humans are incredibly adept as flying at terrifying high speeds, jumping anywhere using only visual targeting and firing shots with pinpoint accuracy. Imagine, if you will, a conflict situation where children who can barely even walk, read or write can pilot a warcraft and jump around a battlecruiser at speeds far in excess of any known targeting system, where they need only look at a vulnerable area of a ship and jump to right beside it and shoot a hole with millimeter accurate precision into a target such as a door handle or hinge, a fuel line, exhaust port, etc., only to jump away again before the ship even registers their location. Imagine an enemy where battle group coordination is at the very core of the games they play, so much so that it becomes practically instinctual. So, I propose to you, my students, that the humans need to turn everything into a game and a competition is unique and utterly terrifying, especially when one understands how these skills can be used in a military context. Time's up. See you in class next week. Assignments are due. Don't be late with submissions. I'll stay behind in class to take any questions.